Alright, so here we go, and this is my game, and I haven't usually posted videos. I just wanted to give some insight into sniping in the game that's very different from Modern Warfare 2. A lot of people get flack for camping in Modern Warfare 2, and I guess for good reason, although I do think sniping involves camping. I guess it does get a little annoying on those small maps in Modern Warfare 2 when there's people just around corners and stuff like that. But anyway, the point of this video is to show that in a game like Battlefield 2, it is to your advantage, especially in hardcore modes, to maintain your position and stay there if you are undetected for a number of reasons, some of which I'll get into in this video. Basically, I started the game late. I had to edit out a little bit in the beginning. I spawned and got instantly killed, but then I respawned and came around the side of the mountain and picked off a sniper. And as soon as I got down by this water's edge, I saw that the bases were lost, which means my entire team is going to be spawning back across the river or across the lake, and there should be enemies and stuff right in my general vicinity. I've hunkered down here, and I'm just kind of scanning my area back where my team is spawning to see if enemies have already made landfall there. If not, just to check out what's going on and just get situated. The stupidest thing a sniper could do, especially in this game when it's just so difficult to hit people at a distance with like a pistol or something like that, is to just run around with like a chicken with your head cut off. It's dumb. So right now, I call in a mortar strike right on top of my position, far enough away for me to not hit me, and just maybe to pick up some snipers that might be around there. And I start to notice that people are making way towards land, which is what I expected. Now, where I am right now, you'll notice then, and as this game goes on, I do see enemies come by me on different, watercraft, and you have to maintain your discipline in situations like this because anyone could have opened fire on them, but it's a very low probability shot given the speed that they're going at, and it wouldn't make much sense. I'll probably just miss them and then be alerted to my position. So I basically am just here as a spotter, one, and in hardcore you don't get those little blips above the people for spotting, but there is an audio tell that tells your team that you are spotting, enemies, and in that case, they know to look at the areas where their own teammates aren't covering and to check for enemies making landfall, which is what's happening. So I spotted a bunch of people coming in. I picked off one guy, was able to injure a couple more, as you see here. For some reason, after you injure them, sometimes they just stay still and just think that they're hiding, but they're right there in the open. After the most recent patch, sniping in hardcore modes is just one-shot kill like it used to be, which was really nice. So you really have to aim for the head. If not, you have to hope they're either injured or just injure them enough to get a critical kill assist and pick up some of those points. With the recent patch, you're definitely getting less kills for the most part, but the truth is, as a sniper, I think the most important job you can do is not kills, but spotting mortar strikes on strategic positions, positions where you think they'll be heading to in the next 10-15 seconds, because obviously you can't do a real-time mortar strike. You call it in, and then you have to hope that it hits where people are either traveling to or camping in. So I had noticed them going to the A base, and I called in a mortar strike there. I believe I got one kill or something like that, or maybe I'm thinking of a later time. But anyway, when I stop tracking people on land, I just make sure my spot is still secure, and for the duration of this game it is, which is it's camping, but it's completely fine. I mean, I have my eye on a base, which if they don't take both bases, they cannot win the game. They lose. It's only the second set of bases, so I mean, if we were to lose those two bases and everyone would move up, I obviously would move up to the next area and try and find the next spot to spot, and use my mortars on and to be strategic. I think this game is more military simulation than Call of Duty, the Call of Duty series in general. Whereas Modern Warfare 2 is very much arcadish. This is a lot more like, it's a video game, but it's a lot more like combat is. So I try and stay, I try and adhere to that, and I respect that. And I also want to be a part of a military simulation type game, and this is the closest I've got so far. Arma 2, I tried it out, just a little bit too weird for me, so I've stayed away from it. But this has been a nice, change of pace, and it's a lot of fun. Also, I am in the military myself. I am in the Army. I'm a sergeant in the Army. And, while my job doesn't have me going overseas, I can't talk about my job, but, I am non-deployable, so this is the closest I actually get to be with my friends, There's nothing, I can't do anything that compares to what they do, so I give them a lot of credit, and, while I have my fun, I like to be as realistic as possible. And right here, is an example of a mortar strike that I timed perfectly. A couple, squads made landfall, a couple people spawned, and I threw down a mortar strike, and I got 2 or 3 kills out of it, and took out another one. And basically, so long as we keep disarming any charges they set at A, because they've already destroyed B. So basically, my positioning is perfect because the B base got taken, and we should be spawning in that general area and rushing A, and I'm kind of covering the opposite side of it. I take a couple of random pot shots at these guys. I actually hit these two right here, and I got lucky. I got a critical kill assist out of it. Once in a while, you get really lucky and you get to pick someone up with a headshot. That's really cool. And I figured they were far enough out of the way and pretty much, concentrating on the coastline that they weren't going to pick up my position if I tried to pick them up from behind, and they didn't. So I mean, if you're sniping, it's not all about kills. Like I said, it's about spotting, and spotting is even all the more important in regular game modes. I just can't play regular game modes. It's just, I can't stand how many times you have to hit somebody to kill somebody, so I just don't do it. But basically, I just stay back, pick up my points through assists, through mortar strikes, through spotting, and through the occasional kill. If I finish around with 5 kills, 5 headshots, I feel more than happy. That was actually a sweet shot. That was my second shot on a sniper who couldn't pick me up, and the bullet went through the water and got him in the lower body to finish him off, which was really cool. That was just an example. I mean, I hit that guy on the coastline, and he had the presence of mind to look back towards the mountain where he figured I might have been, and he was probably scanning the mountain area, not realizing that I was down in the water, which makes my position, it assures to me that my position is a good one. And the game's coming to a close here. We wound up finishing off the game and winning it. I called on my last mortar strike a little bit too late. That squad, that spawned right there, which is actually really good teamwork. I mean, they're doing the right thing. Most people just run around stupidly. But I called them a little bit late. It doesn't work. And you see right there, I have 600 something points, kind of in the middle of the table, with 7 kills and 1 death, and that's just a fine kill death for me. I feel like I did my job. If you have a lot of marksman headshots, which is always the goal, you could really get some high scores with very few kills. I think one time I had something like 4 kills on Atacama Desert, and I had over like 1,800 points, which is just, for me, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I was just really on that day. Anyway, the game, like I said, is closing up here. We, keep them from getting that last base. Sometimes it's, I don't want to say it's easier because you're down to 1 base, but if you're only concentrating on 1 base, your entire team is going in one direction and everyone's defending 1 spot. So it's always hard to, mount an assault on 1 single base. When you're an attacking team, it's probably in your best interest to separate the teams and go for both at the same time, so you confuse the defense and you give the attackers no option. But anyway, that's the end of the game. We won the game, obviously, and like I said, I went mid-table in the map, and that's it. Hopefully this provided some insight into the sniping position. You can flame me if you'd like for staying still, but they had no clue where I was, and I was very effective where I was at the time doing that method that I just described. So leave a comment, whatever, I don't give a fuck. I just want to have some fun and put this on YouTube so I have something to look at someday. Catch you later. Peace.